Hello everyone, welcome to Network Jungles. Today we discuss about TCP and UDP layer functions in the transport layer. Let's see. So what is transport layer and why it is called segment? So transport layer is the layer for protocol in the OSI layer. The main purpose of transport layer can be used for TCP and UDP protocols and ports based on the communications. That is the data. So it can be sent between the application service and network layers. So it can be responsible for segmenting of data from the center side due to the large size, and it can be reassembled at the receiver side. It tracks the conversions of the individual data like HTTPS, FTP, DHP, DNS, mail, video chat and messaging based on the protocols and ports. So protocols is nothing but TCP and UDP. Ports is the specific ports number. So after segmenting of the multiple data, it can be converged and sent into the same network. So here is the examples. So for example, user 1 can request the HTTPS, then user 2 request the mail, then user 3 request the video chat, then user 4 request the any WhatsApp chat. So it can be converged into the transport layer, and it can send between the section layer to network layer. Next one. So transport layer can be classified into two types. One is TCP and another one is the UDP. So TCP is nothing but transmission control protocol and UDP is the user datagram protocol. So transmission control protocol, it is mainly responsible for end-to-end delivery of the data between the layers. It is the protocol number 6. It is the connection oriented protocol. If not acknowledgement the packets for the specific time from the receiver side, it can retransmit the data from the center side. So it can avoid the loss of the data. So TCP header size is more overhead 20 bytes. Let's see on next slide. So TCP is the reliable protocol for ensuring the packet delivery, and here is the protocol examples like HTTP, FTP and SMTP. So next one is the transmission control protocol header format. Here is the size is 20 bytes. So in each row contains the 4 byte. So 4 byte into 5, it is approximately equal to 20 bytes. So 4 bytes means it can be converted to bits means 32 bits. So 4 into 8, so 32 bits. Here is the, it can be divided into two portions. So 16 bit, 16 bit. So here is the first portion is the source port. Here is the size is 16 bits. So it can be used to identify the source application by port number. And next portion is the destination port. It is also used to identify the destination application by port number. For example, let's take the command prompt. So for example, you have to type data state. Here is the RT connection, it can show the table. Yeah. Here is the source port number 49774 and destination port number is the 443. Here is the dynamic ports. Then this one is the HTTPS port. Here is the protocol is TCP. So it can maintain the layer 4 protocol. So next row is the sequence number. It is the 32 bits. The main purpose of the sequence number, it can be used for if the packet size is large, it can be divided into the small portions. So if the first packet sent to the destination, it can add the sequence number then one by one. For example, first packet means 1, and then second packet means 2, then third packet means 3. So it is mainly used for data reassemble purpose. And third row is the acknowledgement numbers. So it is the 32 bits. It can be used to indicate the data has been received and acknowledged from the receiver side. If the sequence number is not acknowledgement from the receiver side, it can retransmit the data from the center side. It is the main purpose for TCP control protocol for ensuring the packet delivery. Next row is the header length. Like in IPv4 header format, it is the 4 bit. So it is the bits number range is 010. So 010 is the equivalent number of 5 bytes. So here is the row is contains the 5 rows. So here is it can be represented as 5. Next one is the result. So it is mainly used for future purpose. Next one is the control or flags. It is used to indicate the purpose and function of the TCP segments. For example, it contains the different flag: urgent, reset, acknowledgement, sync, film. So urgent is the prioritize the data, and reset is the terminate the section, and acknowledgement for the packets. Then sync is the synchronize, and fill is the terminate the section. And next is the window. Here is the 16-bit. It is 16-bit used to indicate the number of bytes that can be accepted at one time. So next is the checksum. It is the 16-bit. It is mainly used for error checking of the segment header and data. And the last portion is the urgent. It is the 16-bit. It is used to indicate if the contained data is urgent or prioritize the data. Here is the explanation for the TCP protocol. Let's take the example of the Wireshark. Yeah. Just a minute. Here. So here is the transmission control protocol. Here it can represent the only port numbers. So source port is the 443 and destination port is the 50347. Then sequence number, then acknowledgement number and the length of the data. First one. So source port is the 443. That is the HTTPS. So destination port is the 50347. It is the dynamic port. It is related to host machine. That is the client machine. Then next row is the sequence number. Here is the sequence number is 6906. And next sequence number. Then third row is the acknowledgement number. It is the 30928. Then next fourth one is the header length. So it contains the 5 row. So 5 into 4 bits. So 20 bits. Here is the format can be represented as bits. So 010. Then result. It is not shown in the TCP header format. Then here is the flags. So here is the one is the acknowledgement. So here is the no any urgency. Then there is no reset connection. Then fin connections. Then window size. Yeah, here is the window size value is the 425 and next one is the checksum. It is unverified. So it is based on the communications. Then urgent pointer. So there is no urgent. So it can source 0. Here is the simple example of the application protocol like FTP, SSH, SFTP, SMTP, then HTTPS. Like port number is the FTP protocol is the 21, then SSH, SFTP is the 22, then SMTP is the 25, then HTTP is the 443. These are the TCP protocol examples. Next we talk about user datagram protocol. The main purpose of the UDP protocol is used for real-time communication like WhatsApp call, video chat, audio chat, like voice and video applications. It is mainly used for establishing the low latency and tolerating the loss connections between the applications over the internet. It is the protocol number 17. It is the connectionless protocol. If the packet is lost, then loss. It can no acknowledgement the packet as well as the no retransmission the data. The header format is less overhead 8 bits. UDP is the unreliable protocol. Here is the sample examples of UDP protocols are DSCP, DNS, then SNMP. Next we talk about the header format. It is the user datagram protocol. So it is the total size is 8 bits. So it contains the 2 rows. So in each row contains the 4 bits. So 4 into 8 bits, so 32 bits. So 32 bits can be divided into 2 portions. So 16 bit, then 16 bit. So source port is the 16 bit. So it can maintain the who is the center. Then destination port. So what is the application? So destination port is used to identify the destination application based on the port number. And length. So length is the 16 bit that indicates the length of the header length and data also. And finally checksum. already we know. It is mainly used for error checking of the header length and data. Let's take the example of the Wireshark. UDP, like, for example, you have to filter like UDP in the Wireshark. Here, so DNS also a UDP protocol. Here, user datagram protocol. So source port is the 53. We know already DNS is the port number is 53 and destination port. So 58913, that is the destination port. The length is the 155 and checksum. This is the Wireshark examples of user datagram protocol. Here is the some examples of the UDP protocols like DNS, DHCP, then SNMP. The DNS port number is 53, DHCP port number is 67, 68, then SNMP's port number is 161, then 162. So DNS is used to resolve the URL into IP address. Then DHCP is used to get the IP address for the host machines. Then SNMP, it is used to manage the network traffic log in the PRTG server or SolarWinds server. Next we talk about the ports. So ports is used to identify the service or applications. It is 16-bit. So 2 power 16 equal to 65,535 ports. So it can range in number of ranges. So it can be classified into 3 categories. 0 to 1023 is the well-known port. Then 1024 to 49151 is the registered port. Then 49152 to 65,535 ports is the dynamic ports. So dynamic ports can be seen in the Windows machine. Not only the Windows machine, the Mac machine also. Here is the some examples of the transport layer. So mostly it is called segment because the packet can be divided into the multiple pieces. So segment can be done by center side and resegment can be done by receiver side. Here is the TCP protocol, then TCP protocol examples, then this is the UDP protocol, here UDP. So UDP is the voice or video like Zoom, then DNS, it can resolve the URL into IP address. Then TCP protocol is the HTTP or HTTPS, like any browser can be accessed the port number HTTP or HTTPS. Then SSH, this is the TCP protocol section. Next, Netstat command. This command is mainly used for to see the active connection in the Windows machine. Let's take the command from it. Here. So you can start Netstat. So what are the real-time communications going from the client machine to the internet? Here, TCP protocol. This is my IP address. Then this is the source port number. This is the dynamic port number. Then this is the destination IP address. The destination port is the 443. The connection is established. Here, another also. So this is the my source IP, layer 3. Then layer 4 is the port number, source port number. Then destination address. It goes to the MAC, some MAC address resolving. Then 443. Then Netstat minus A. Yeah. Let's zoom. So here it is shows active connection. First row is the protocol, first column is the protocol, then second column is the local address, then third column is the foreign address, then state. Here is the 21 is the port, 135 is the port, 443 is the port, then 44 is the port. So 21 is the FTP port, 135 is the name bias, then 443 is the HTTPS, then SMB. Likewise, it is the dynamic ports. So what are the connection is active. Thank you. I hope this video is useful for you. Thanks for watching video. Click the bell button to subscribe. Let's see a next jungle video. So my next video is the subnetting. Thank you.